Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Razr 70 Ultra, and today I'll show you how we can hard reset this device through settings. So, before we get started, there's a couple of things that I want to mention. So, number one, by performing a reset of your device, regardless in what way, all the data that is stored on it, such as applications that you have installed, photos that you have taken, and so on, will be deleted. So, if you don't want to lose any of that data, make sure you have it backed up. Now, to back up your data, all you would need to do is to open up your settings. And there's, I believe, a couple ways on Motorola that we can do this, but probably the most easiest one will be to go all the way down to, let's see, I believe it's going to be System, System, and Backup. So here you can see we have photos and videos and then other device data. Now, photos and videos is right now being backed up as per to this little check mark that says that it's being backed up, and it also tells you on synced with Google Photos. So this will be doing a backup strictly to Google Photos. And photos and videos are being backed up, but there is a caveat. It's only backing up photos and videos up to 15 gigabytes in total of size. Reason for that is this is your free tier of Google storage or Google Drive that you get with every Google account. Now, if you're paying for more, then obviously this isn't a problem, but if you have the free tier, you're not paying a monthly subscription for your Google Drive or anything like that, then 15 gigs is all you get. Photos above that 15 gigs do not get backed up if you have more than that. So something to watch out for, and in this kind of aspect, it's a little bit shitty. But moving on and talking about shitty, we have other device data. This just kind of goes completely off the rails. So backup, contacts, call histories, device settings, app data, SMS, MMS messages, and whatever. Now, a lot of this information is what Google wants to back up anyway, because they just want to have information. Let's be honest, they're in the business of selling your data, and this is the gold mine for them. What isn't the gold mine out of these listed things will be apps and app data. And coincidentally, that's the only thing that isn't actually being backed up in reality. Not even close. By the definition of backup, you would need to create a copy of this data. Said data isn't being copied. So there is no backup being done of apps and app data. So let me explain this. What Google does when it comes on specifically to apps is as equivalent to you writing yourself a sticky note to re-download whatever application you want. This is the backup of Google. And let's say, hypothetically, you have a little Timmy who downloaded a Yuzu emulator from Play Store. Emulator used for emulating Nintendo Switch games. I believe it was Yuzu, whatever, it doesn't really matter, but there is one like that, or was. And the little Timmy was very happy and still is very happy with his little Yuzu emulator, right? Playing his little Switch games on his phone, super stoked. And you know what? He wants to reset his phone for whatever reason. We don't need one. It's just, we want to reset it, and he's gonna go back up his device, his applications, just so he has an easier time later on. I mean, it tells him it's going to be backing up all this listed data right here, right? There is no caveats here. So with that in mind, he backs it up, resets his device, and then he goes to restoring it. So, well, it's somewhere here. Restore this data, and well and behold, little Timmy did not restore his little Yuzu emulator. And the reason for that is, in the meantime, when he downloaded this application and backed it up to the point that he wanted to restore it, the Nintendo Avengers of lawyers assembled. And they were so consumer friendly that they didn't like the fact that people can play their games without buying their shitty console that is stupidly overpriced. So they sent a little hit squad of lawyers to the creator of this, to the point that he needed to take it down from Play Store, or they just got a subpoena to take it down. Whichever the case, it doesn't really matter. But little Timmy, when trying to restore his little Yuzu emulator, well, he wasn't restoring shit because the application never got backed up, and what Google actually did is just gave itself a little sticky note to re-download user emulator from Play Store. If it's on Play Store, teehee. But it's no longer there, so obviously nothing for you to restore from. So as a backup, this is absolutely awful. Anyway, moving on, we do potentially have a Motorola Moto Move, or whatever it's called. Let's see. Is it this one? I would need to update, but it is. So we can see we have, oh sorry, it's called Moto Migrate. And this application apparently can be used without updating. Oh no, it can, there we go. Can be used to move over data from one Motorola to another, or from other device to Motorola phones. Now this seems a little bit limiting for a backup, but hear me out because it gets better. You might have an old phone or moving to a new phone. Whichever the case, you can use either one. But depending on your other phone, what you can do instead is on this device, download the application of the phone you're going to be moving the data to. Most more well-known brands have their own version of this kind of application. As an example, Samsung over here has something called Smart Switch. Xiaomi, for instance, has Mi Mover. Oppo and OnePlus have Clone Phone, while Huawei has Phone Clone, and so on. So if you don't know what you're looking for, as names are all over the place, you could just search for brand of the phone, like the manufacturer, plus migrating application, right? Or something along those lines. And you should get a info about it, and you would download that application on this device, while on the other phone that you're going to be using, it already comes pre-installed. Same as this one came with this device. So from there, you'll be able to move over all of your data from one device to another, which it isn't prejudiced to specific data because it originated from somewhere else, like outside of Play Store, which I didn't mention. Applications from outside of Play Store don't get backed up. But this one doesn't care where the application came from. If it's an app, I'm going to pack it up or migrate it. And same thing goes for photos. If it's over 15 gigabytes, well, no problem. 100 gigs, cool, don't care. So it's much better. It gives you much more control over data, and allows you to import all of the data regardless of where it came from, along with the added benefit of it not going to the cloud, which means Google doesn't get to monetize it without, well, and make record-breaking profit, while your security, privacy is being sold off for Google to basically profit from, while you see nothing from it, just another increase in prices. So this one will be the go-to option for you, I would say, if it is an option, because not every manufacturer will offer such an application on their device. Something like Infinix does not. So anyway, with all that out of the way, to reset your phone, we're just going to navigate to our settings, and going to back out the main settings page. In here, you want to go to System, Reset Options, and then select Erase All Data, Factory Reset. This will present you with a list of data that will be removed by this process, which includes things like I mentioned before, that we were backing up, like apps, music, photos, other user data, and an app and app data, and so on. So all that should have been already backed up, so we can now select Erase All Data, and then Erase All Data once more. Now if you have a screen lock between the first and second Erase All Data, you would need to confirm it, but because I didn't have anything like that, I just jumped straight to resetting the device. Now this process will take about minutes, I presume, on this device, at which point, when it's finished, we should be presented with the setup screen. So I'll be back once that is visible for me. Now I do have a SIM card in here, so I need to confirm my PIN. And you can see here is our setup screen. So there we go. Now, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.